Yes, it's that time again when we educate ourselves on all things wine, just in time for your Saturday night in. And this time, we're looking at Chardonnay.
Yes, our Saturday Sommelier David Whelehan is joining us with his top picks of this grape, which you are incredibly enthusiastic about, David.
I'm a huge, huge fan of Chardonnay.
You are, aren't you?
As I was saying earlier on, when somebody comes up to me and says, I do not like the Chardonnay grape, I kind of put on the slightly blinkered look, because that to me is like saying I don't like potatoes, because the expression of Chardonnay is so immense. So I thought for this particular piece I would choose diametrically opposite styles of wine that we don't automatically associate with Chardonnay. So first...
tell you what you might do first, Dave, before we get into the actual wines. Just give us our little bit of a lesson then, OK? Starting with the colour.
Chardonnay 101.
So Chardonnay can be pale, almost lemon colour, all the way to quite a deep golden colour. So it's got a huge range of colour expression. The aromatic profile, depending where it's grown, can be kind of citrus in a cooler climate. In middle temperature climate, it's more apple and pear, and then in a warmer climate, you're going to get these tropical notes like pineapple, melon, and some guava fruits and passion fruits. So it's got a huge range of expression.
You've helpfully provided the fruits just to
give a sense of it.
And then
obviously, the Chardonnay grape has a great affinity with oak. So when they use oak barrels, you can end up with these toasty characters like roasted hazelnuts and actual toast itself. So that is actually the influence of the oak. So if somebody said to you, does Chardonnay have an affinity with oak? Yes, good Chardonnay has a great affinity with oak.
So at what point of the taste spectrum are we starting our Chardonnay journey, David?
We are kicking off with champagne, because not everyone appreciates that Chardonnay is one of the key grapes of champagne.
She's already had 2 glasses.
And just bear in mind, if you order a Blanc de Blanc champagne, you're ordering a 100% Chardonnay, because that's what it is. It is 100% Chardonnay. So when So if you're out on the town with Simon and he orders the wine list and he orders his usual bottle...
Straight away you know it's not Simon you're out on the town with.
It's Cristal champagne he's ordering. If you're ordering your Cristal champagne, you're ordering 100% Chardonnay. And with
people wouldn't know that now. They wouldn't think that the Chardonnay grape is
automatically associated with champagne. And what we say in champagne, it gives its wine wonderful finesse, and also it'll develop a lovely kind of toasted brioche character as well. So
I'm getting a pineapple in this.
Yeah, and a lovely toasty character. So it's kind of toasted
brioche. You didn't have yet one of your apples and half a pound of your hazelnuts before we started, but
just toasty and delicious and complex and intriguing. Now, this is a vintage 2005, so it's a wine style that can be actually kept for a while, and you'll see there's tiny little pinhead bubbles, so it's refined, elegant and complex. So once again, just to summarise...
A champagne's go, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And a Blanc de Blanc champagne is top of the plinth. So, and you always have toasty brioche. That is €49.
And as you say, those fruits and that toasty smell are a nice
it's a wonderful combination. So, and just remember, when you're ordering your Cristal at €200 plus a bottle, that is 100% Chardonnay.
Okay.
Now, another style of Chardonnay, which we all love, is Chablis, of course, because the white grape of Burgundy, of course, is the Chardonnay grape.
I do like a nice Chablis.
That's very pale, isn't it?
So it's very pale by comparison. And in the Chablis district with the Cameroonian soil type, you get this kind of really flinty character. Now, this is from the 2015 vintage, so it's a little bit riper in style.
So would this be a slightly different palette than what we've had in the champagne?
Absolutely.
Obviously.
It's going to be diametrically opposite. But because it's from a warmer vintage, you're going to see some kind of hard fruits there and a little bit of flintiness as well. But
not as tropical fruits.
Not as tropical and not as expressive. So there's no kind of obvious fruit that you can say, Eureka, I've identified the fruit character. But what you have is a rich, delightful, complex wine.
It's a very light drink, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's lively and zesty. And
it's not. It doesn't have that sickly, harsh sort of taste at all. It's really smooth.
It's polished.
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 What a wonderful way to describe it.
Like ourselves, David.
Absolutely,
like ourselves.
you know, and there's a deep veneer on the pair of you. So, but no, it is, and that is, you see the way your saliva glands are watering away, that's just acidity, so it's vibrant. Nice. And that's what you'll get from good domain Chablis. And that's why the world has fallen in love with Chablis. It's because it's a delicious, refreshing style of white wine.
And reasonably priced.
And reasonably priced. This is €20 a bottle, and it's world class.
But it's really good though.
It's world
That's
class.
really good if you're a special meal or something like that.
Chardonnay,
for a really
there's Chardonnay from a cool climate, because Chardonnay, obviously with Chablis, it's very cool. And then if we go into South Australia.
You were in Australia, Tommy, weren't you?
Yeah. Plenty Chardonnay as well, among other things.
Well, do you know what? Chardonnay, of course, is the second most planted grape variety in the world. #1 white grape variety in Australia, #1 white variety in Chile, #1 white variety in USA, #1 white variety in France. But in Australia, depending where it's made, it can be a little bit over-oaked, a bit too heavy. But with a really good producer like Parker, you're going to find this lovely liveness, but lovely integrated oak.
It's practically opaque, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Practically opaque, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a lot zestier on the nose.
Yeah, and that's almost like what we talk about in the Côte de Beaune in sort of middle Burgundy. So you've got that kind of influence of toast coming through now from the oak influence.
That's completely different than
It's
the Chablis.
amazing. Chalk and cheese.
But it's fruity, it's different,
It couldn't be more different than the previous wine. Couldn't be more different.
It's rich, it's toasty, and you've got a bit of the tropical thing going on here.
The Chardonnay that is popular is a lot of the Australians, the Chileans,
the Chileans, because they're accessible in a price range. And my plea to people in Orange now is do revisit the Chardonnay grape. If you've been put off for whatever reason, realise it has a myriad of expressions, and it is a wonderful grape variety.
And the price point on that last one?
This is a high-end Australian Chardonnay. This is $23.95. Right. But you can get good Chardonnays around town for €10 or whatever. But just
for me, numero due.
Numero due as well.
So you're a classic. You're a
My
classic.
palate is being educated, David.
No,
very slowly.
That's why you excelled in MasterChef. That's why you excelled.
I excelled because I could open a tin of peas.
Never mind. David, thanks very much for that.
Thank you
Consider us
very
educated.
much.